And this power of your imagination, what you place into your imagination, is probably the most important quality that you can have. So that no matter what it is that is taking place, like I've often said, I'm 75 years old now, and never in my life have I ever imagined myself to be poor. Even though I grew up, in a series of foster homes and orphanages, had to work for everything that I've ever had in my life. My mother lived on a very, very tight budget. Just actually literally budgeted every dollar. If she was bringing home $120 a week, every single one of those dollars was accounted for. Part of it went into, she had a little box in there with her little envelopes in it. Part of it went to pay the electric bill. Part of it went to pay, the rent, and part of it went for groceries and all of that. And that's basically how we lived. And when we were all, when I got back with my mom when I was 10 years of age, it was just understood. You go out and you get yourself a paper route, and you contribute and you help out. So, but never, ever in my imagination did ever I place anything there that said that things aren't going to work out for me, that I'm not going to be able to have them. And as I look back at my life and wrote my sort of memoir, I can see clearly now. I realized that I always had this space inside of me, like this inner place, like a container almost, that was just filled with a belief system that I could create whatever it is that I placed into my imagination, and wouldn't let it be taken away, regardless of what came down the pike at me. And I find that in these 10 years that we've been doing this show, Diane, that so many of the callers are just so focused on all of the things outside of them that are causing their unhappiness, or causing them to not be able to make the money that they would like, or whatever. And they don't have, people just don't have within them this unlimited imagination that Einstein said it's much more important and significant than what you know, whatever knowledge that you have, because knowledge is just based on the limited number of things that we all know collectively and individually as people. But our imagination is open to everything. I mean, our imagination can take us soaring, out into the universe, beyond this planet, beyond this solar system, beyond this galaxy. It's literally unlimited. And I was having a conversation last night with my son about this. We got to talking. It was about midnight, and we were just sitting up, and I was talking to him about how powerful do you think your imagination is, and what you can place in there, and how long are you willing to allow something to stay in your imagination before you come along with all of the reasons why that was folly, or that isn't going to work out, or that can't happen. To the self-actualized person, they never place anything into their imagination that they do not want to manifest or create. So they're not the kind of people who go around thinking that their luck is going to be bad, or things aren't going to work out, or I'm not going to get a parking place, or I'm going to get a cold, or I'm going to get sick, or whatever. Internally within them, if you have a belief system that you can't get sick, and that you're not going to get a cold, that you're not going to get the flu, and so on, your body literally reacts differently in terms of your immune system and I just feel that if you get your immune system so strong, based upon what you placed into your imagination, if you just build it up by watching what you eat, and making sure that you're drinking your juices, and making sure that you're, eating foods that are, they're not loaded with pesticides and so on. And it's like, and you start seeing your imagination as like, Godzilla in there when it comes to any little bacteria or any little virus or anything that's trying to show up and take over and give you a runny nose, or give you the flu, or give you whatever. You see, what I'm saying, Diane, is that the power of your imagination affects how it is that you relate to the world, and what it is that you allow into your world, and what it is that you expel from your world before it even gets there. And as a result of having that into my imagination, the right kinds of events and people and things begin to show up for you. And, and then you just begin to change your lifestyle based upon nothing more than what you've placed into your imagination. So keep that imagination of yours in such a strong place, and forget about how much you know. And instead, remember that if you want to create anything, a different kind of a life, whatever it is that you'd like to create for yourself, make sure that you have an expectation that you're able to do it, rather than an expectation that says, with my luck, it won't work out, or I'm not strong enough,